Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you what's in my kids' Easter baskets. So I'm really excited for this video and I hope you are too. So if you enjoy this kind of content and other homeschool content, please remember to subscribe and let's talk about Easter. Okay, so first off, I'm filming this video maybe like a day or two earlier than I had planned. I was still waiting on a couple of things, but I woke up with a little bit of a scratchy throat, and so if I am getting a cold, I don't want to feel worse and sound worse. So we're filming this today. And so between that and pregnancy, I'm really tired today and my throat's a little bit scratchy and stuff. So I'm gonna try not to cough. I have a few pieces of gum that maybe I'll use to help. I ran out of mint, and some water. So hopefully we'll make it through. And in addition to that, I just kind of wanted to give you our Easter basket philosophy so that you know coming in whether you even want to watch this video or not. And so we are very, very strong Christians. So when I think of putting Easter baskets together for my kids, I want them to be Christ-centered. That is mostly my goal. There's other things in them, a few other things, but for the most part, it's Christ-centered because that's the reason for Easter, is to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And so that's kind of how I go into everything. Their Easter baskets are a little bit more Christ-centered. And then we have a few gifts on the side that are for everyone. So growing up, we always got gifts from the Easter Bunny that were to share. That was just how it always worked in my family. So some years it was games. I remember one year we got a basketball hoop that, obviously we had to share. So things like that. We're working together, we're playing games together, we're doing something together. So we have taken that and mostly we get games. Not all the games are group games. Some of them you might need help from an older sibling. Some of them you could sit and, you work on this STEM game and I'll work on this STEM game. But I try to focus them around things we can use for homeschool that are a little bit more educational. So that's kind of how we do things. And I know some people might think that's not very fun. That's fine with me. I've been called a not fun parent and I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm not all we do a little bit of candy, but I'm not all about just adding more toys or $1 items or things that are just meaningless. I want to teach my kids that meaning in life is more important than just gathering stuff. And so that's kind of reflected in how I buy gifts and get things for them. So that being said, I have 5 kids and I'm pregnant with a 6th one. So obviously this baby's not coming till August, so she doesn't get anything. But I have to think how old are my kids? I don't even know. Okay, so I have an 11-year-old, I have an almost 10-year-old, so 11-year-old boy, almost 10-year-old girl, and a 8-year-old boy, and a 6-year-old girl, and a 1-year-old boy. So just so you can kind of know, my older kids' gifts will be a little bit different than obviously the baby. He doesn't really need a whole lot. So we're going to get into this. I think we'll go through their baskets first, and then I'll show the family games and stuff at the end. Okay, I just put a little piece of gum in my mouth, so sorry, I'm just sucking on it, and so that hopefully my throat won't be too scratchy for me to talk to you. But I think I'm mostly going to just do this as a whole big grouping, not individual baskets, because a lot of the things are similar. They're slightly different, just a little bit. But I'll start with the baby and my 6-year-old because their stuff is a lot different than the other kids. So for the baby, this is what I got him. This is all he's getting. He's not getting any candy. He'll probably try to steal everybody else's, but these are quiet books. This is the Bible quiet book, and this is my Book of Mormon quiet book. And so these are a little bit of a splurge. Okay, I only got them because I was already planning on at least getting one. Normally I don't put this because they're almost $50. I think I got these for $40 on Amazon. You can also buy them at some bookstores, but I normally wouldn't put this as expensive of an item in an Easter basket. But they're really good for church or just sitting down with him. He doesn't really sit right now. He started crawling when he was 7 months old and hasn't stopped. And so once he will sit down, maybe we can look through these, or at church he sits pretty well. So this has some stories from the Bible, obviously, different activities that go with them. And then this is from the Book of Mormon. because we are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so these are some different stories from there as well. So kind of his first set of scriptures, as well as just some activities for him to do at church. And then my 6-year-old, she can't read yet. And so I got her things that were a little bit different than her siblings because of that. You know, she's learning to write and can read a little bit, but not very well. And so we got a few different things. So first off, with the more like Christ-centered things, and then I'll show you the treats and other things. I'm trying to move everything so I can reach it because I'm like surrounded by stuff right now. And so I saw this at just a church bookstore. We live pretty close to a lot of church bookstores. And so this is just Easter is about the lamb, and it's a coloring book. So she likes to color, but also has, you know, a little bit of a story that goes along with it as well. So I thought that'd be fun for her. And then I also got her this Book of Mormon stories magnet board. They had some, I think, that were just general, like for whatever, I can't remember if they were just more fun ones. Scriptures can be fun too. I don't want to downplay the scriptures, but they were just more general things. But they had a Bible one too. They might have had it separated to Old and New Testament. I don't remember. So when you open it, it has all the magnets, but then it has the little boards here so you can tell the story. She loves going through the scriptures, even though she can't read them. And she loves sharing stories and sharing like her testimony of Jesus. It's very, very cute. And so we got this for her. She can take it to church. And even once my baby's a little older, he can use it as well. And then I got her 2 sticker books. One is not like Christ-centered or churchy, but then this one I did get for her just because she's not getting the same things or as much as the other kids because of how old she is. But this is a Book of Mormon sticker book, and I didn't get this for my other kids because it would have been way too easy for them. But it just has the numbers, and these numbers are all mixed up. So she's gonna put them there and put them, you know, they'll make a picture. So that's also something she could probably take to church. And then oh yes, and then I got each of my kids a picture. And so I'll show you the different ones when I get to my older kids as well. And I got my baby one too. I didn't show you his, but this one is different than the rest of them. It's by a different artist, but I just thought this would be cute to go in his room. So it's just Jesus with a little boy. And then the rest of my kids all kind of look similar with missionaries. So in our church, we will serve missions. You can choose to serve a mission when you're like 18 or 19 years old. And it shows, you know, angels, they're helping you. And so I just thought this would be cute. And I got different ones for my girls. So if they want to put them in their rooms, like hang them up, they're not hanging up the same pictures, but they could put them in a book in their scriptures. You know, they don't have to hang them up. But this is the one I got for her. She is blonde, which is why I got this one for her. And then for her sticker book, all my kids got sticker books, but hers is different, is this one, the Paint by Sticker. My kids really, really love these books, and they got some for Christmas, and they're like almost done with them. And they're like, we want more sticker books. So she hasn't ever had like a bigger kid one. Hers have always been a little bit more simple. So I thought this would be fun for her. And it's very colorful. It has, you know, butterflies. It has the stickers in the back. And these are just really a lot of fun. And then all my kids are going to get one of these puzzles. This is the only, like, I don't know, I don't want to call it a junk toy. But that's kind of how I feel about some of the stocking stuffers. Or I love the Target dollar spot, but that's how I kind of feel about it, right? It's kind of like, here you go, but we're just going to throw it away. Or else your house is just full of that stuff. And so these are, I think they're kind of like the mini Legos. Nano blocks. I was like, why can't I think what they're called? And I don't know if they all are different, because I have one for my 4 older kids. And so these are just 2 of them. I got different colors for each of them. I don't know if they all have different figurines in them, because, you know, it shows like giraffes and dinosaurs. I don't know how many are in them, but they love putting together Legos. And so I was like, okay, I'll get these for them. So she'll get one of those, as well as all my other kids. So I won't show that again because they're all getting those. And then they're also all getting these candy things I'm going to show you. And we don't do tons of candy. I'm actually doing more candy this year than I normally do. I know some people are like, it's all about the candy. And I don't think so. I like to teach my kids to eat healthy, not to just eat candy. And they generally don't get tons and tons of candy or treats. And so they look forward to this time of year. And so I got Peeps. They're all getting the same kind. I'm always torn because I know some of them like certain flavors and things like that, but then they just fight if they don't get the same thing. They're like, oh, I wanted that one. So I just end up getting the same thing. So these are the party cake one. I am not a Peep fan. I don't like marshmallows at all. And so like I'll have them on s'mores just because it's nostalgic of camping, but otherwise I just don't really like them. So I got these for them, even though I don't love them, but they love them. And then I got a bag of just one bag of these Starburst jelly beans, which I do think are pretty good. But I'll probably put them in like eggs to put in their Easter basket. So there's those. And then I also got some of these eggs. There's assorted. I've never had the white chocolate ones, or the white cream, I think is what it calls them. So I don't know if those are any good. And I probably will not use this whole bag for all of them because that would be a lot. So we'll see. I'll just make sure my husband gets these ones because I don't think he likes the white ones, the white cream ones anyway. So that's kind of generally what will be in their basket. And this, just so you can understand where our baskets come from, Walmart. They're $1. And then I have, like, I like to get the nicer, this is paper, not the like plasticky filler, but then I just put it in a bag and we can reuse it every single year. So I'm not buying new stuff. And I think this is a few different colors like mixed together, pink and white and stuff. And so we've had these baskets for years and years, and everything fits in there pretty well, you know, besides the extra games. So this is what we use. I don't use anything super fancy or super expensive or buy new baskets. Like I try to keep things a little bit minimalistic. So those are my two younger kids. So let me show you what my older kids are getting. Okay, so as far as more like Christ-centered stuff that they're getting, I saw these New Testament crossword puzzles at the bookstore. And we are studying the New Testament this year. So there's tons of New Testament things at the bookstore right now. And these are Come Follow Me crossword puzzles in here. And so it follows church. We have the same like church schedule every week, like wherever you are in the world, we're studying the same things in the New Testament. And so this goes through those weeks and has scripture study, and they can look up the scriptures. So it's like John 10 is what we're in, that like week 17. I don't know what week we're in right now. I'd have to look it up. And so then they can go through the verses, like it has the verses off to the side, and fill in the puzzle. So I thought either for a church activity, like while we're sitting in our church meetings, they could do this, or just a Sunday activity, or even in the morning, my boys will study their scriptures at the same time my husband does. So they could be going through this at that time as well, just something else to help them. And it's a little bit different for their scripture study. I got this for my daughter, who is, how old is she? I just lost it. She is almost 10. She'll be 10 in a couple months. But this is the articles of faith. So basically it's 13 articles of faith that talk about things that we believe in. Like it's very simplified. If you meet someone, this is what we believe. But she started wanting to memorize them. And I saw this book when I was at the bookstore, and it goes through, it has some pictures, but it kind of simplifies them and puts them in there. The articles of faith are not this, they are the same. It's not like it puts them in a story, but it looks like a story, if that makes sense. So it's just a little bit more fun way, I thought, for her to memorize. I didn't get anything for my older boys. I don't know if I will. I didn't see anything that stood out to me. So maybe if in the next few weeks I do, I'll pick up something else for them. If not, then she'll just get this and hopefully they'll be fine with that. And then I also got them pictures, like I said, like my younger kids. This one's sideways or something, but missionaries. And my oldest daughter has darker hair And so this didn't work well for all of them, but it worked for my girls because there was one with blonde hair and one with darker hair, again, with like the angels helping them as they're being missionaries. And then for my boys, I got these two. Both of my boys are blonde-ish. And this is the only blonde-headed boy in here. So I don't know which one I'm going to give to which. But again, I got different ones just in case they want to hang them up in their rooms because they all share. They share rooms. And so then they can have some different pictures. And then the last, like, more Christ-centered thing was journals. Journaling is very important to me. I've been journaling for a very long time. And I think it's very important too in helping us grow closer to Christ. And so these ones I found at the bookstore and they were pretty cheap. They had them on sale for a really big discount. So I got these for my girls. They didn't really have anything that wasn't super like frilly and flowery. And so I just ordered these two off of Amazon for my boys. So they're just like blue, like a really dark blue color. And they have the little strap and a bookmark thing in them. Can you understand all that? Does that make sense if I just make motions for you? And I thought about like getting pens or something to, like marker, you know, something cool to write with. But we already have so many writing utensils. So I figured they could just use those. So I didn't get them anything. And then obviously they'll get the same like treats. They'll get the little Lego things, like the nano block things. And then their their paint by sticker puzzles, whatever, are all the same. So my oldest two kids got these huge. These are like big books. Let me show you in comparison, because we used to always get these ones. And then I realized they have these bigger ones, which are obviously more complex. But so I got them for Christmas. My two older kids got some of these, and these are not the same one. Obviously, I didn't want to get them the same one. And so I just got them all this same one though, because I didn't want them fighting. And as I looked through them, I couldn't decide, well, maybe this one would be best for this child or this one for this child. So I'm like, we're just getting all the same one. So this has a variety of things. They do have ones that are, I think, just birds and just dogs. So this, like, there's horses in here and I don't know what else. Those are all the stickers, not the pictures. But I think it has a list, a picture thing at the front of what they all are. So there's flowers, trains, silos, you know, hot air balloons. So there's a variety of pictures in there. And then the last thing, which is what I'm still waiting on for two of my kids, is a book. I couldn't decide what kind of book I wanted to get them. So at the church bookstore, they have tons of books and I was looking through them all and I couldn't figure it out. So I started taking pictures of all their nonfiction books and came home and looked at them on Amazon and was like talking with my husband, which ones do you think? Because we're big readers over here. It's an important part of our life. It's important for our learning. And so I had him go through all those things and we picked a few books that would be good, hopefully, for each of our kids. We'll see. I think they're all part of series. So if they like them, we can do them more. So I only have the one we picked out for our daughter, who loves to read. And she didn't used to be that way. She used to struggle with reading so much. And now she loves it so much. So there's this book, which will push her a little bit. It's a little bit like higher reading level. So this is Twin Daggers. And then the other ones I think are coming today, but our mail gets delivered so late. So we have Wizards for Hire or Wizard for Hire and The Janitors. So again, I think we got the first book in those series. I'll put them down below so you can see exactly what we got. But those are the books we got for them, which I haven't done like novels before in Easter baskets. And so hopefully that will work for them. I thought about getting a book for my 6-year-old, but again, she can't read yet. And she doesn't always love like just sitting down and having us read picture books to her. And so I was kind of torn about it. So I just ended up not getting her something because we had a few extra things that she could have anyway. So that is my kids' Easter baskets. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the games / like activities we can do together as a family. So the first one is these puzzles. So I have two of them here. I'll hold them both up for you. But we like puzzles. Some of us love them more than other people do. But these are really cool puzzles. My mother-in-law got my oldest, my 11-year-old, a puzzle for Valentine's Day, and out of this, like, the same company. And the cool thing about it is it has like a mystery puzzle that goes in the middle. And so my son did his puzzle, and then there's like a rectangle in the middle that's just gone. And so in here it has, I don't think there's like a picture that shows, but there's a little packet that has a separate puzzle that fills in the middle of the puzzle, the big puzzle. And so it's just really cool, and you can put that together kind of separately as you move it into the middle. So I think the idea is fun and innovative, and we didn't have any puzzles like this. So my son wanted more, and my other kids always want to help him, but they don't love puzzles as much as he does. So anyways, if we set it out like on the table and stuff, we can all work on it hopefully together and nicely. So we'll see how it goes. And then I got a bunch of new Canoodle games. We have, like, I don't know if it would be considered the original, like the old one. It was like one of the first ones I ever saw. But then I got these, and I've had some of these for several months, like before Christmas. Some of them I got just on good sales, and some of them I almost was like debating if I should have them be Christmas presents or Santa gifts or something. So I got Canoodle Jr. because I have a 6-year-old that some of the other ones are really hard for her. So I thought we could work together on this one. And then there's Canoodle Duplexity. And so that sounds cool. It's heavy. Like, it's a heavy box because I think they're magnets and stuff. So I'm like, this is really heavy. And then Canoodle Fusion. So I feel like these all look really cool. And I'll do a review probably, I don't know, maybe sometime in the summer of a lot of our games that we've gotten for Christmas and Easter, and let you know our thoughts and what we've liked and what we haven't. And then I think this was just super discounted, one of the Black Fridays that they had. It might have even been the summer, like, Black Friday that Amazon does. And so I just added it in, and I don't know anything about it, but it's been in my closet for a really long time. And so we're gonna try this game out and see how it goes. But this is the pizza party one. And then I got some of these magnetic building blocks. So they're like square, like cube. They're cube blocks, but small, obviously, like this size. But we went to my family, like my parents' house, and my nieces and nephews had some of these. And my oldest son loved playing with them, and my baby loved playing with them. And so they're really good for like a wide range of kids. Obviously, this is a smaller box, but you can get a bigger one. It says 3+ ages, but like I said, my baby, who at the time was like 10 months old, loved it as well. And then the last thing I got for them is Build Up. And I saw a neighbor playing this game and I thought that it could be fun. So it has like all these different shaped blocks, and you're gonna build a tower. I don't know exactly how the game all works, but I thought this looked fun, you know, a fun game we could play together as a family. And so those are all the games that I will be setting out for Easter. Okay, so that's what my kids are getting for Easter. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it might be different than some of the Easter videos you're used to seeing, but these are things that really are important to our family and to me and my husband to help teach our children. And so this is what we like to do, and I think our kids like it too. I'm not really sure. I'll let you know in like 20 years, but I hope this helped you. Maybe if you were still looking for a few ideas or didn't know exactly what to do, or maybe some game ideas just for the future or for your homeschool or for your family. I'll try to link everything that I can down below so that you can check it out as well. And remember to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.